सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानां बाहुद्वन्द्वेन रत्नोज्ज्वलवलय भृता शोणपाणिप्रवाळेनोपाता वेणुनाळी प्रसृतनखमयूखाङ्गुली संगशारा कृत्वा वक्त्रारविन्दे सुमधुरविकसद् रागमुद्भाव्य मानैः शब्दब्रह्मामृतैः त्वं शिशिरितभुवनैः सिञ्च मे कर्णवीथि.
Gurupavanapure Hantabhagyam Jananam. Namaskaram to all the Astikas. Kaliya Nardanam. This is one of the momentous occasions in Srimad Bhagavatam and in Śrīman Nārāyaneeyam, because Shukabrahmam experiences it with Krishna's grace, and Bhaṭṭatiri in Sri Guruvayur experiences with Krishna's grace yet again. He describes the very dance of Krishna on Kaliya. In this Dashakam, he continues saying thus: Jvaladakshi parikshara dugra vishashvasanoshma bharasamaha bhujagaha paridashya bhavantamananta balam pariveshtayada sputa cheshtamaho. Jvaladakshi parikshara dugra vishashva sanoshma bharaha. That particular flames which was being emanated, he says Jvaladakshi. It was as if fire flames were coming. Ugra vishashva sanoshma bharaha. Ugra vishaha. It was not, see, for example, we get an ant bite. It still pains us, but it is not as if we are going to die. So that does cause little harm, but it is not very detrimental, it is not very lethal. Whereas when we look at the description of Kaliya's poison, he says, Ugra vishashva sanoshma bharaha. It was that deadly poison that was coming coupled with that blazing fire. So, Jvaladakshi pariksha. So that was the effect of Kaliya. Look how much of pollution he would have caused around. Look at the fierce psychosis in the people because of Kaliya. Sa Mahabhujagaha Paridashya. Mahabhujagaha. Bhujagaha, snake. Mahabhujagaha, huge snake. If a youngster who's watching this is asking me, tell me the species, I wouldn't be able to, because probably those species don't exist now. They have become extinct. I don't know. The way he describes Mahabhujagaha, huge snake. Paridashya, having bitten. See, when Krishna tried to control it, it started biting him. Paridashya, Bhavantam, Anantabalam. Whom did it bite? Bhavantam, you, of Anantabalam, of infinite strength. So Krishna, that particular snake that was emanating very deadly poison coupled with fire, started biting you. Who is the one with infinite strength? Anantabalam. Pariveshtyata. It coiled tightly around you. Pariveshtayata. Asputa cheshtam aho. Those movements could not be perceived. Those movements could not be understood. How could a snake, though being big, though having poison that emanating fire, could control you with such infinite strength? Have you succumbed to it? Or have you made yourself accessible for a few moments for that snake to show its strength? Asputa cheshtam aho. Alas, he says with surprise. Then Bhaṭṭatiri continues, Avilokya bhavantamatha kulite tatagamini balaka dhenu gane. Vraja he gehataleepya nimitta shatam samudikshya gata yamuna pashupaha atha balaka dhenugane. Balaka dhenugane. Balaka means the Gopa boys. Dhenugane, the big group of cows. So the big group of cows and the Gopa boys who were attending to the cows. Atha balaka dhenugane. Tatagamini akulite. They were all on the banks, very agitated. They were all worried because for the Gopa boys, Krishna was their very Atma. For the cows, generally we say Jnani Nahinaha Pashubhi Samanaha. Those who are bereft of knowledge are equal to cows. Those cows were so emotionally attached to Krishna. So the boys were attached to Krishna and the cows were attached to Krishna. Tatagamini akulite. They were getting agitated. Avilokya bhavantam pashupaha. Not seeing you and the Gopas, after having not seen you and the Gopas, samudikshya animitta shatam. Now the mothers and the fathers who had sent the boys, and of course Yashoda and Nandagopa who had sent Krishna, Balarama was at home. I told you, Balarama was at home. Everybody else had come. So when these boys and the cows had left home and they hadn't come, meanwhile, Samudiksha, Animitta Shatam. Lot of ill omens were being observed by the parents and the grandparents. They thought something is going wrong somewhere. Avilokya bhavantam pashupaha. Not having seen you, not having seen the Gopas, not having seen the cows. You, the Gopas and the cows, samudiksha animitta shatam. Those people who were caretakers of you, the parents and the grandparents and the siblings, started seeing ill omens. Vraja gehatale api. They started observing in the Vrindavana circuit because they were all in Vrindavanam now. Vraja gehatale api gataha yamuna. Thereby, after having observed evil omens, ill omens, now the parents and the grandparents were very petrified, they were perturbed, they were disturbed. So they all started running towards this particular lake by the side of the Yamuna river formed by the Yamuna waters. So they all came, Gataha Yamuna. So they all arrived at Yamuna lake. Akhileshu vibho bhavadiya dasham avalokya jiha sushu jiva bharam pani bandhanamashu vimuchya javadudagamyata jasa jusha bhavata. So he says, hey Vibho, the one who is pervaded everywhere, the one who has got vibhutvam, the ability to pervade. Avalokya, beholding you, hey Krishna, upon seeing you, and that Krishna who saw the plight. People were worried about Krishna. Krishna was worried about Bhavadiya Dasham Akhileshu. So they were all, now the people were worried about Krishna and his safety. Krishna was worried about the health of those people who were concerned about him, what will happen to them because they are so worried. Bhavadiya Dasham Akhileshu. Now, your plight, when they had all been thinking of it, Jihasushu Jiva Bharam, they were ready to sacrifice their lives. See, this is where we need to understand the Gopas, the Gopikas. For them, Krishna was their Atma. If something happened to Krishna, they will think that that evil thing has happened to them. They wouldn't assume, oh, it is Putana who's attacking Krishna. Why should we be bothered? Such kind of people are us. Gopas and Gopikas Stris were not like that. They were extremely concerned about Krishna. Every minute they will keep thinking about Krishna. So Jihasushu Satsu Jiva Bharam. So they were extremely prepared to sacrifice their lives. They said, for the sake of Krishna, we are ready to sacrifice our lives. Bhavata Udagamyata Javat Hasajusha. So thereby to give them the relief. Don't worry about me. I am there for you all. So to give them the relief, Krishna emerged out of the waters, releasing himself from the grip of that virulent poison-giving snake. Bhavata udagamyata javat hasajusha. So you emerged out speedily and smiling. Ashu vimuchya pani bandhanam. So you released yourself from the serpent's grip. So the serpent was holding Krishna till then. Krishna, concerned about the people who were concerned about him, did not want to keep playing this hide and seek game anymore with the Gopas and did not want to succumb anymore to the pressure of this snake. So he released himself. Ashu vimuchya pani bandhanam. Pani bandhanam. Pani, the snake. Bandhanam, that had held Krishna. From that he got vimuchya, freedom. He released himself and came. Adhiruhya tata paniraja panan nanrute bhavata mrudupada rucha kalashinjitanu pura manjumilat karakankwana sankula sankwanitam tataha nanrute bhavata. While you released yourself from the grip of the snake, you now started dancing. He could have just come out. He wanted to show an act. So he started dancing. Tataha nanrute bhavata. Nanrute, you started dancing. Bhavata adhiruhya paniraja panan. So it was not a single hooded snake, right? Multi-hooded snake. So he started using the hood of the snake as the stage and started dancing. So there was a rhythmic pattern. Adhiruhya, he got over. Paniraja panan. That particular Raja, Pani Raja called Kaliya, on its hoods. Panan. Mrudu pada rucha. With what feet did he dance? With these little tender, beautiful feet. Mrudu pada rucha. To the rhythm of, see, when you dance, you need a rhythm, you need a cymbal, you need the talam we call. So we need something to give you that percussion. It has to give you that beat. Where did he get? Kala shinjita nupura manju milat karakankana sankula sankwanitam. So Krishna was having bangles in his hands, bracelets in his hands, had beautiful anklets with little jingles attached to it in his foot. So there will be one jingle, jak, and then there will be a bangle that will go jil, jak, jil. So there will be a rhythmic pattern between the bangles in his hands and the anklets in his foot. So Kala Shinjita, Nupura. Nupura is the last ornament, which is the anklet. Manju Milat, Karakankwana, Sankula, Sankwanitam. So it was so rhythmic. We call it symphony, we call it a medley. A lot of other names that we call. So all that happened when Krishna danced on Kaliya. So Kaliya Nartanam is a beautiful exhibit of Krishna's dancing skills. In the traditional schools, we call it Arangetram, Ranga Pravesham. So it is Krishna's Ranga Pravesham. It was Krishna's beautiful dance. So Sankula, Sankwanitam. Jagrushuv Pashupatasstuturushmunayo Vagrushuhu Kusumani Surendra Gana Tvayindrityati Marutage Hapate Paripahi Samam Tvamadanta Gadat. He say, hey, Maruta Gehapate, the one who stays and resides in this city of Vayu, Maruta Gehapate, Tvai Nrityati Sati, when you were performing the dance, Tvai, when you Nrityati danced, Sati, Pashupaha, Jahrushuhu, Munayaha, Tutushuhu, the sages. So he says, Munayaha tutushuhu. So the rishis, the munis, they were all so excited. They were all so happy. Munayaha tutushuhu. Pashupaha jahushuhu. So the cows and the calves, they were all excited. So they were excited on one end, cows that are bereft of knowledge. On the other end are the munis who are full of knowledge. So both the pashus, it's very tough, right? See, if I deliver a content, either the elite, very intelligent audience will understand, or the animals will find it interesting. How can I impress upon both the animal community and the human community? But Krishna was able to do that. Pashupaha jahurshuhu, munayaha tutushuhu. Surendra Ganaha, Vavrushuhu, Kusumani. Thereby the Devas were so honored, the celestials. They started throwing flowers, showering flowers on Krishna. Saha Tvam Paripahi, you of such great nature. Why is it taking time for you to protect this Bhaṭṭatiri? Mam Adanta Gatat. I have severe ailments, very troublesome ailments. Krishna, if you decide to protect me, it is only you who can protect me. Sahatvam paripahi, mam paripahi. Protect me. Adanta gadat from these severe ailments, says Bhaṭṭatiri in this particular Dashakam.
Life is a learning. Every day is a learning. So why stop? We are very happy to present Ramayana Pariksha RAP 2025. This is being organized by our trust Deshikadaya. It is an online examination. All that you have to do is to read the book Ramayanam Volume 1 that I have authored, and 2, register for the exam. It is happening on the 22nd of June 2025. Exciting prizes, and the biggest prize is reading the Ramayana and answering the questions. Age no bar, geography no bar. So why stop? Register soon. Namaskar.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादिदिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते नारायण 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 नारायण